Good morning, gang. Good morning. Welcome to this week's Bitcoin update. First and foremost, as usual, remember, nothing to discuss today is financial advice. It's for educational purposes only, and it's all based on my opinions of the market. Right, so where are we? Well, quick look at the macro outlook. Nothing's changed on the monthly. Nothing's changed on the weekly. We're still downtrending. We're still in this channel that we've been talking about for some time, and until we break out of this channel, there's as we've said before, there's no reason to start looking macro bullish yet. So yeah, there's no difference there, no update really. Now where we do have an update is when we zoom into the daily. Now this is what we were talking about last week. We were talking about how we were in an uptrend, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, etc. And then what's happened is we've now created a new low and we've taken out these previous highs. Now, if we think back to the video that we posted last week, what we were looking at, well, here's what we were talking about in the video last week. We were talking about if we take out these lows here, then first and foremost, we're looking down to the range point of control. And if we take a look at what we've done, if we stick the range fib tool on again, we'll draw a fixed range profile, and this is exactly what happened. So obviously last week when we were talking on the video, we were up here at the value area high of this volume profile, and we said if we lose this, then we can look back down at the old range highs, which is this level here, and we had zero reaction here, and we ended up blasting straight through, swing failing the point of control, and now we're hovering just above it. So if you took that trade, fantastic, well done. If you didn't, well, what's next? Well, we can take a look at that now by zooming in to this small range that we're looking at here. So if we get rid of these tools for the time being, and we zoom into the 1 hour chart, well, we're currently in another sideways range, aren't we? So this sideways range here, we're trading. Again, we're going to use our fib range tool that we use in the Discord quite often. Once again, it's working out very well for us. So this is what we've got. We've got another sideways range. Now, if we took a fixed range tool on here, we can also get a better picture of what's going on. We're getting a lot of reaction around this point of control, which is to be expected. Like we did on the larger range, we're now testing the upper side of the range. Yesterday we had a fantastic short position up here. Now this is something I was talking about in the group a few days ago. So we're looking at the Discord. In fact, this was back on the 23rd, so this was 2 days ago. I was saying that if we don't see a failed rally beforehand, either the circled highs need to be taken, or we're looking up higher for the single prints. So obviously that's talking about my next trade setup. So here we had these highs circled, which was obviously a swing fail of the local range highs to begin with. And if that got taken out in a swing failure pattern, then we had a lovely short opportunity. And what happened? If we throw on these tools, this is the circled high that we were talking about. And on the back of that, we got a lovely little short trade yesterday evening, which came back down. Now at the time, the take profit was at the previous day value area low. Obviously that's updated today now because that's based on Tuesday's value area, but nice little trade through the night now, and then we've come back up, and once again we're testing this outer bound, one of the outer bounds of the range tool. So what we're looking for next, well, if price does end up breaking upwards from here and we can take out this high and take it out on volume, then above us what we're looking for is, first and foremost, we've got a row of single prints. So with these single prints, we can see on the footprint charts, these single prints are coming back from the 19th, and we've got single prints in this block here. Now the thing with single prints is, other people may know them as a fair value cap, but we call them single prints based on the TPO. So initially, what we're going to be looking for is, if we get a strong reaction off the low of the single prints, then this could be classed as a resistance level. If we get no reaction and we get acceptance into the single prints, then you would be looking for these single prints to get filled, because it's a very low volume area and a lot of people want to do business here, but couldn't. So what we could see is we could see a sharp move to the other side of the single prints, similar to how gaps work on the stock market. Okay, so that's what we're looking at above us. Now, if we zoom out a little bit more, what else could we be looking at? So let's go back onto the 4 hour, and let's throw on the overall range that we've been looking at, which is this one here. So obviously we've got the single prints here, which line up with the old range highs itself. If we throw the volume profile back on, wherever it's gone, let's get rid of this one, this local one for the time being. Let's get rid of this local, and let's throw this one back on. Then obviously we've also got the value area high here, and then obviously we've got these outer bounds here. Now, if price can manage to get above all of this, reclaim the range highs again, take out all of this price action, which at the moment this is all resistance, so there's no reason to start looking crazy bullish yet until we take out all this. So what's above us? Well, we know we've got, zooming out to the tail, we've got the macro range here. So obviously we've got the macro range lows. And have we got anything in between? Yes, we have, because we've discussed this before. We've got a naked point of control here coming in around 27.3k, and get above that, then we could be looking up towards this weekly level here, which is around 29,870, call it for easy numbers. Okay, so if we successfully get above this weekly here, reclaim this, take out these highs, then initially we're looking at this naked point of control here, which, as we've said before, this naked point of control is also a golden pocket. So that's first target to pay attention to. If it can get above that, then we're looking up at this region here between the macro range lows, which is also the macro range value area low, and the weekly level. So this right now, again, is still strong resistance. But as we've said before, all eyes are on this level. Okay? And we know what happens when everyone's looking at the same level on Bitcoin. It'll do one of two things, and I'll let you figure that out yourself. Below us, if price continues to break down, let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Hide the single prints. Below us, what we're looking at, well, again, if we put on our SR levels, then we've got this monthly down here, which we've discussed before. Now, this monthly level here at 19,916, around 20k, also lines up with the old range EQ. And we've also got the value area low just below, and a fresh daily at 19,301. So we've still got this zone. Now, this is a messy zone. I'm not going to deny this. It's a messy zone, so you've got to know what you're looking out for here. So ideally, if price does get into this region, then you don't just want to be blindly longing this. You want to wait for a reaction, and ideally, you want to wait for some sort of market structure change. Now, what does that look like? Well, if price comes down here, then you'd be looking for a high, a lower high, a higher high, and then you've got your market structure change. You get that, then you can be looking back up towards this point of control again. If it can clear that, then you're looking up to the range highs again, and so on. The usual level to level. Nothing difficult here. Okay, if price gets down to this level and has no reaction and continues going down, then first and foremost, we can be looking at the range lows, which is the low that we put in back in June, which is around 17.5k. Ideally, what I'd like to see if price does come down to this level is I quite like to see a swing failure pattern of this. Come down, hit this fresh daily, which is around 17.16. Hit this, reclaim back into that range and move up. And again, you've got another long trigger there. Just continue in the range. If price gets no reaction down here, then again, we look for lower. And we have got lower targets. We've posted those on a previous public video. Okay. So that's what we're looking at the moment. So obviously right now we've got the local mini range. We've got the area of single prints here to be aware of, initially acting as resistance. And if it can get acceptance into that zone, then price could move through it very fast. If price can't move up from here, then obviously, as we say, we've got these range lows. We've got this green zone here. And again, if it comes down from there, then obviously we're looking down at the overall range lows / swing failure pattern down here. Okay, So again, it's just level to level. It's nothing complex. It's nothing difficult. But we're not getting greedy on our trades. We're not trying to get a home run on every single trade that we get. We're locking in profits early, especially when we're trading against the trend. Speaking of trend, again, looking on this daily, as we discussed on last week's video, let's just hide some of these tools so it doesn't become confusing. Let's get rid of these. Obviously, last week's video we were talking about taking out these lows here while price action was up here. And we said if price action takes out these lows, then we've got a new low. Now, what are we looking for next? Well, we're either looking for a lower high followed by a lower low, or alternatively, this could just be a complex low and we continue moving upwards. Okay, so this for me is not enough to say we've got a trend change. This is on the daily. So for me, this is still moving up, but it's not looking great. As we said up here, this is weak. This is definitely weak. So the next point of contact, point to note around this is obviously whether we get a lower high followed by another lower low, or does this just pump straight through back up and continue the trend overall. Okay, if it does, obviously we're looking up at this as we just said, and if it doesn't, then we could be looking for this and back down again. And again, then we've got the monthly pointing down, then we've got the weekly pointing down, and if this happens, then we've got the daily pointing down as well. So all trends on high time frame are aiming down. Okay, so that's it for this week's video. Now, if you guys don't already follow us on Twitter, the link's down in the description below. Right now, if you zoom over to our Twitter, we've got a competition running for a free month in our members Discord, which gives you access to the 50 hours free educational content, and also you'll get access where I post my trading ideas. These are not setups, these are not signals, these are just trading ideas, and this is what I'm working to, and I just share these ideas now and then. Okay. Again, if you've not checked out our website, the link's in the description. Go on here, you get access to our free Discord via this button here on the website. And if you do want to take part and come learn with us and check out the 50 hours of content, then check out our co-pilot section, which again gives you access to the private Discord on top of the free Discord. And aside from that, guys, that's it. So if you've liked the content today, don't forget to drop a like on the video. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.